All right, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here with another Football Manager 21 video. After I made the last video, I decided that, well, there's actually a few things that went into this, but I decided it's time to take another crack at starting a Football Manager series. And the reason is because in my off time, the game has definitely proved that it has staying power within my gaming rotation. I've been playing it consistently pretty much since it's come out, with little breaks here and there. Sometimes, when a season finishes, I'll take a short break, but it's been pulling me back all the time, and I feel as though Football Manager is here to stay, at least in terms of my gaming rotation. And because of that, I've been getting a little bit better at it, and I have been making progress, as stated in my recent video. And I decided, I haven't completed my goal. And my goal is quite lofty. My goal with this team, Peterborough FC, is to win the Champions League, which is essentially like beating the game, I guess. Like at least, winning the Champions League once would be a very good thing to do in this game, and it's a very good goal to strive for. I suppose if you want to, consider yourself beating the game, you would be a dynasty winning the Champions League year after year, which maybe could happen. But regardless, we are in a new Premier League season. This is my second season in the Premier League, and since this is the first episode of this series, but I have played, I think this is my fifth season actually. I played 4 seasons before this. I want to give you guys a little bit of an overview for what happened with our team, where we're at now, and we will finish this video with the first game of the Premier League this season against Brighton at home. So let's go over some of the things. And I think the first thing we should do is look at our club info. And we can see I picked up the game during this season, the 2020 season. And in our first season, we finished first place in Sky Bet League 1. It was actually quite exciting. It wasn't easy. I finished first place as of the last game of the season, which was really cool. In the next season, we went up to the Sky Bet Championship, and we were expected to fight bravely against relegation, but we almost actually made it to a playoff spot. We finished 7th place very comfortably. In the following season, we won the Sky Bet Championship, which also took place on the last game of the season, and it was a very exciting time. So it was really cool to win. We were certain we were going to get promoted, though, because in Sky Bet Championship, the top 2 teams get an auto promotion, and we were sure that we were going to finish in the top 2 with a couple games left. So it wasn't as exciting as the previous promotion, but still, being able to come out in first place is pretty cool. It would have been a little, I don't know how to say it, but if we would have come second place and then got promoted and then never go back to Sky Bet Championship to have a chance to win it, at least we got the first place in both of these leagues, which hopefully we'll never step foot in again anyway. Then in the last season, we finished 14th place in the Premier Division. When I created my video, I was in the top 10, I think, and I was actually I was optimistic, but ever since that video, I went on like a pretty big losing streak. I came back down to earth for a while, and we managed to not get relegated. However, this year, they still have us predicted to finish 20th, which concerns me a little bit because I was hoping that this would be a little bit of a easier season and we wouldn't necessarily be worried about getting relegated. It's still a very major possibility. I'm hopeful that it won't happen. I feel as though it won't happen, but based on the media prediction, who knows? It's possible. So let's look at some things. Let's look at our squad. Actually, no. Let's start by looking at the tactic because I think this is kind of the best thing to do to get an overview of what our team is looking like for this season. I've actually decided to go back to the 4-3-3 for this season. I feel like this particular tactic, this particular formation makes sense to me and fits what I like to do, and I've had lots of success with it. Both leagues that I won were using a 4-3-3, whereas last season in the Premier League, I kind of switched it up to a 4-2-4, mostly because if we do quick pick here, you'll see, actually this is backwards, by the way, it really should be this way. We have 2 fantastic strikers. We have RICKY-JADE Jones, which in my opinion is the greatest striker in the entire game. Not actually, but I love this man. to the end of the earth and back. He has 19 pace, 18 acceleration. He's got 15 finishing, 14 dribbling. He's 21 years old. This guy, the sky's the limit for him. And then we managed to find this man, Robson from Brazil, who is less of a goal scorer with 10 finishing, but an amazing playmaker with 15 passing, 17 technique. He can work on his vision a little bit, but off the ball positioning, like this, or positioning's not good, but off the ball is good. Flair. This guy, he's like the perfect complement to RICKY-JADE Jones. He's just not quite as fast, and he, doesn't have the finishing, but I really wanted to get him and Ricky on the field at the same time. But I think in doing this, it kind of hurt my overall formation, because here with the three midfielders, my midfielders are very good as well. So let's go over the team here real quick. I'll show you with the formation I'm going to be going with to start the season. It's not set in stone. I might change some things in the future, particularly the role that Robson is playing. I've decided to start him as a false nine, because the false nine, it's a playmaker, right? So he is going to essentially sit back and just look for passes and try to help RICKY-JADE Jones score, which with him being on this side, he's supposed to be on attack. And Clark, I was going to put him on support. So, okay, we got Robson. I've already shown you him. This man is 19 years old now, valued at $12 million. He's got potential 5-star, and he has been getting better. So this guy could be on our team for a very long time. We have RICKY-JADE Jones that I've gone over, star. He's playing winger this season, which is a definite experiment, and he's going to be in the role of inside forward. He's going to be cutting in and trying to score goals. We'll see how that works. I'm not sold on this. I might end up putting Jones back and putting another person at inside forward, and Robson can come in off the bench. I just really want both players on the field at the same time right now, so this is how I'm going to try to do that. On the other side, we have Clark playing actual winger as support. He's going to be crossing balls in. He's all right. He's young as well, 23 years old, 4-star potential. He could get better. So he's filling a good, he's doing a good job on the team right now. He's a good player, and we're hoping that he will, he'll be able to play well on the wing. But with his 4-star potential being locked out there, he's got some room on the team for now, but he's not going to be a long-term player probably. We will be replacing him eventually. On to the midfield. Let's start with McEachran. He's playing Mazzola this season for the first time on attack. He's usually our advanced playmaker, but just with the way that the formation is working now, I'm going to try him out at Mazzola. If you've never heard of Mazzola, by the way, you can have a quick look here. They kind of drift out of position. They look for space in the midfield, and they just try to make things happen with creativity. So, I kind of like that. So he's got some good stats here, some good mentals. He's not that great in a physical sense. He's got good acceleration. His pace is just not that great. Apparently this guy, this man, this is a grown adult, 23 years old. He's 5'7" and 130 pounds. Like, I just can't imagine a person looking like that, but maybe I just don't get to see a lot of people. I don't know. He just seems like a very small individual. He plays 1-2s, which is like a give and go, and he dictates tempo, which I'm not even really certain how that impacts the game, but he's pretty good. He's 23 years old. I'm noticing he's capped out at 4-star as well, so, he's going to be good for this season, but probably eventually going to get replaced. George McEachran. Next up, we have Dennis Adeniran from Nigeria. One of the first players that I picked up when I was finally able to scout the world. This guy was originally set as a defensive ball-winning midfielder, but and he did well there. We won the league with him as that role, but I've moved him now to a box-to-box midfielder, just because he's going to have a little bit more impact on offense. I found the ball-winning midfielder would not really contribute very much on offense, and when my team was doing well and I was on offense a lot of the time, that meant that most of the time he was not doing much. He also picked up like 1,000 yellow cards while playing ball-winning midfielder, so having him here should help with that. He's also 25 years old, 4-star potential. This is kind of the theme of our midfield. He's good enough for now, but we're going to be looking for some younger players to hopefully push us to be even better. But he's good. And then, of course, we have Morvan, who is one of my best signings. He is a 19-year-old French midfielder. He also prefers the defensive midfield position, but I've got him... Actually, no, I do have him there, don't I? Yeah, I've got him there. But he's playing deep lying playmaker at this position, which... Where is it? Right here. He can play a lot of these positions reasonably, but I like him on support here. He's got great passing. He's got good tackling as well, which will just come into play when he's playing defense. Good work rate, good teamwork, all this stuff. This guy is amazing. As a 19-year-old, still potentially can hit 5 stars. His pace is not great, but some of his other stuff is pretty good. He's got a fickle personality, but he's never given me a problem. And he's been doing very well. So he's a young player, could potentially get even better, and I feel like our midfield is very solid based on these 3 players. Then if we go to the back, we have this man, Rhys Devine. I went into him a little bit in my previous video. One of my other great young player signings. This guy is panning out quite well, although going to be capped out at 4 stars. So once again, we're going to be replacing him. He's probably... I thought he might take us to the Champions League. He probably won't, but he'll help us settle in as a full-time Premier League team for sure. And in the meantime, we're going to be signing people behind him, young players that will hopefully develop. He's still developing well, though. So this guy is very good, and I like him a lot. 22 years old. We have a nice young team, as you can tell. I mean, so far, Adeniran at 25 has been our oldest player, I think. Yeah, Clark is only 23. So he's playing wingback, by the way. I like wingback a lot more than fullback because wingback helps a lot more with attack. And when I have him on support, he gets further forward, which is important because he will overlap. So, for example, when we're attacking, Jones is going to be cutting inside with the ball. Devine is going to be overlapping on his left and being in this period or this portion of the pitch in order to just help support the attack. Then we have Mcguinness, Irish, 23 years old. Not panning out as well as he could have, but he's a solid defensive player. I'm looking to improve in this position and in this part of the field. He's going to be sitting here for now, but probably not going to be staying here long term. But, he's definitely filling the slot for now, and he's doing a fine job with 3 stars as a central defender. Good heading, good tackling, sort of. Decent strength, good jumping reach. He's got good things about him. Bravery. So he's a great player, but he's a good player, not a great player. Next up, we have this man, Francisco Munoz or Munoz. I don't really know how to say the name. 5-star potential still potentially. Very good central defender. He's kind of reacting like Rhys Devine has been reacting, where when I give him the playing time, he gets better. So I just keep putting this guy in. He's managed to earn himself a starting spot on the team. He's got 6 positives, 1 negative only. Usually the negative is that, he feels he needs a new contract. Okay, that's not even a big deal. He'll almost definitely get a new contract, but I still have him until 2027, so I don't think that's important right now. But definitely a good ball playing. Is he a good ball player? Let's see. What's his technicals like? His passing is 9. He's actually not a great ball playing defender. I wonder if that's something I'm going to have to maybe change. Like, what if I don't have him as a ball-playing defender, but I just have him as a central defender on... Well, you know what? I'm going to keep him. He takes more risks. I don't want him to take risks. Dribble less, shoot less often. Stopper. With defense stopper duty, the central defender will push ahead of the defensive line and close down players before they get to the area. I see. Okay. He's going to go out and challenge players. If he covers, he'll drop a little deeper and sweep up the ball behind. Okay, so it's like the opposite. Instead of going up and challenging, he'll stay behind. Or just defend. He'll stay in line with his defensive partner. Okay. I'm going to put him on defend for now. I don't know if I really want him as a ball-playing midfielder. Mcguinness doesn't have the good passing either. The problem is that the person I had at this position before was Frankie Kent, who did have decent passing and technique, and he was okay at being a ball-playing defender, so that's why I had it in the technique, or in the tactic, I mean. But Frankie Kent has fallen into a sub role because the young players are getting better. So that's just what's happening here. And then on the other wing, this man is brand new, just signed him, 19 years old. I don't know how often he's going to be in the starting lineup, but as a 19-year-old English player, he's got really good physicals for a young player, good mentals for a young player. He just seems like he's going to be good, so I signed him. I paid a lot for this man as well. And we're going to go over some of the transfers I've done recently. And then finally, we have Benda. I paid a large amount for this player. Well, actually, at the time, it was a large amount. He was my biggest signing. And then he turned out to not be as good as I had hoped. Still with a 4-star potential. You know, he can still get better. And he's great for a starting goaltender. But he's not going to be the guy who takes us to the Champions League, probably. But he's going to settle us into the Premier League nice and good. And we're going to be looking for a young backup who could hopefully be better than him. Goalkeeper is something that I have a hard time figuring out. But one thing I know for sure, if you're playing this game and you're trying to figure out your goaltending situation, I would highly recommend 3 stars minimum. Because as soon as you start getting less than that, you'll find plays where like you'll just never know if you're losing games because you have a shitty goalie or not. You'll never know what they could have stopped. So when you have a decent goaltender, at least, you know, they're going to stop the fair amount of shots that you feel like they should. And you'll have a decent chance to win the game. So that's why we're working with this guy, and we're not like trying to develop some younger player. And just to get into the details of the tactic a little bit, we are focusing on shorter passing, playing out through the middle, working the ball into the box, slower tempo, shorter passing, and nothing really here. I'm not certain what I want to do with these instructions, so I'm just leaving them blank for now. A bit of a fairly wide attacking width. And then in transition, we counter press, we counter, we slow the pace down when the goalie has it so we can start a play. And the goalie will distribute to the center backs, which was important before. But I'm actually going to change this to distribute to playmaker. Now that we actually have a deep lying playmaker, this is probably a much better option, actually. Because now with his 15 passing and, you know, his teamwork and his vision, he should be much better at handling the ball. Although his first touch is not great, but it's improving, so hopefully that's fine. Yeah. And then on out of possession, extremely urgent pressing, so we're always moving up in front of the ball carriers. Staying on feet is to avoid all the yellow cards I was getting. And I tried using tighter marking at one point. I think this is something you want to use on an individual basis, because as soon as you do tighter marking, every player just... It's like they're always out of position. And any opponent who has any sort of first touch or any sort of movement or just like athletic skill, it seems like they can just get by the tight marker, and then all of a sudden you're just letting in like breakaways and good offensive plays for the enemy. So I don't really like the tighter marking. Stay on feet might change, but I don't know. I like it's been okay so far. So that's our tactic. That's what we're doing for now. This is the team. We have some backups here. A lot of these backups are new to the team. This guy, I just purchased him. 18-year-old Spanish player, 3 stars off the bat. He plays fullback or wingback, so he's a really good young sub for these wingbacks. Daniel Roth is somebody who's been loaned out a couple times for me, and he's been kicking ass while being loaned out. Finally, he's a 3-star. I feel like I'm going to keep him on the team. He's a sub for the midfield, and he can play winger when forced to as well. So, you know, good stuff from this guy, and he could potentially be very, very good in the future. 19-year-old Bosnian. We have Salam Jiddo, who he was one of my big misses when I was signing players. This guy was supposed to be much better. I totally screwed him. He didn't get a work permit right away, and I decided to sign him anyway because I wanted to experiment with that. And all this guy has done is been loaned out to clubs until I can either sell him or his contract expires. He's transfer listed. Nobody wants him. I can offer him to clubs, but nobody really responds for him. He's not very good. He's going to be off the team pretty soon. He's got a concern. Frankie Kent, I went over. He is basically the team captain, and he's a sub now, which sucks a little bit. But this man has led our defense for 4 years and has only just now found himself on the bench because the young players are better than him. Almost definitely the oldest player on my team, 28 years old. Oscar Call, 19-year-old midfielder, 5-star potential, only 2 stars now. Likely going to end up getting loaned out, but I'm holding on to him. Yeah, he's loan listed anyway. But I'm holding on to him until the season starts because I want to see if I need him as a sub at all. Good midfielder. And then Janik Bohe, defending young German player, 5-star potential. As you can tell, that's the type of player that I like, and I'm hoping that these guys will develop and end up taking us far in the future. And then I have all these other players, some of them unregistered because they're loaned out. I've loaned out Josh Brooking. He's a young player. I'm hoping that will get better, but it does not look like he's going to work out. Adam Devine. I'm hoping this guy gets better as well. He's not panning out as well as some of my other players have, but at 6'3", 19 jumping reach, like he's a really good physical specimen that I'm hoping will pan out, but he's not panning out as well as some of my other young players. Bogard, same thing, relatively young. He was filling in from time to time. He was having a lot of bad games when he was playing for me. I saw him make some pretty heavy mistakes, so he's just sitting there. This is another new player, Michael Marshall, 19 years old, Scottish, defender. He's loaned out. Trying to get him some playing time. Cole De Silva was my first ever signing and my best ever signing. He was the player of the entire league in the first season that I played. I signed him right away, and he led me to win the league basically as a very, very solid defender. And he has really good free kick taking too, which I'm noticing is actually only 12. But in his career, last season, or this is just this season, where's last season? History. All of these goals that he gets, which is not that many, but they're all off of free kicks. Like, he scored some beautiful free kick goals. So, that's him. This guy, Fernandez. Guillaume Fernandez. Belgian. 2.5 star. Potentially very good. Great jumping. Nice and tall. He can play defense and offense. I'm hoping he develops into a pretty good player, but he's out on loan. Or no, he's not. He's loan listed, and he might fill in if injuries happen. Lewis Reed, I loaned him out because this guy is officially off the team. I'm just waiting for his contract to expire. He should be transfer listed. Wait. Oh, I can't see it because he's loaned out, I guess. I thought I had him transfer listed. Yeah, he's listed. He's just an old player. I'm done with him now. He helped me through the earlier leagues, but as far as I'm concerned, he's never going to play again. Kyle Barker, another young player, 23 years old. He's not panning out as great, so probably not going to stick around. Idrissa Toure, another player not really panning out. Some of these, like, this is what happens when I sign many players. Some of them pan out, some of them don't. Marcus Antonio, 18-year-old, 5-star potential, 2.5 stars already. That's why I'm holding on to him, because he could fill in as a sub. Look at that aggression. Look at that physicals. This guy's very good, maybe. Not great technicals, though, but he's only 18 years old. He can work on that. Harrison Burrows he's kind of like RICKY-JADE Jones in that when you start as Peterborough, he is one of your very young, very high potential players. But in this save, he hasn't really turned out that great. His potential is he's not gonna be that good. He's not really long for this team anymore. So I've got him. I'm going to transfer list him. He's open to speak to other clubs, so I will transfer list him, and maybe somebody will want to buy him. Yeah, but he's not going to do much for my team anymore, sadly, because for a while he was really good and I had high hopes for him. James Oppara, a player I got really lucky to sign just recently. This is his first season with us, and then in training he got hit with a huge injury, which sucks very much. He's very injured right now. Major injury, turning sharply, 5-week injury. I'm hoping that won't kill him because I paid a lot for him. But that is going to happen occasionally. And then finally, Jonah Khan, out on loan, 2 stars. I think he's got a 5-star potential. He's more of a forward player. Hoping he's going to get better, but who knows? He's on loan. Anyway, that was a long time looking at the players. Anything else to go over? The staff is all set. I went over in my previous video how to do staff. We can see as far as like comparison to the rest of the team, my goalkeeping staff needs upgrades, but the rest of them are doing pretty good. I don't think they're really in trouble. And then if we look at our under 23s, we have the absolute best coaching all across the board, except for a little bit in physio. And then under 18s also just very good in comparison to the rest of the league, which to me means that I'm doing all right. I'm waiting on an assistant coach to come in. Also, I think for the under 23s as well. No, I filled him. But I think I already did an advert. Or maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. Yeah, so I'll eventually get an email about that. Training, I just let my team do training, but I don't have it fully automated. What I do, I kind of take the Zealand approach, where I throw in team bonding once per week on a day where it fits, and I throw in match reviews. So that's all I really do. Although sometimes I've been getting hit with, like, the players are not happy with training. Sometimes they feel like it's too low of a workload, so I'll throw in some extra things sometimes, but I don't really do much else beyond that. And my training has been overall very good ever since I started, and I feel like that's probably because of my coaching staff. Medical center, we can see the injuries that we have right now. The big one is James Oppara, which sucks big time, because I was hoping he can step in. Schedule, we don't care about. The competitions we are taking part in this season: English Premier Division, English FA Cup, Carabao Cup. I was not able to make it to the is it the Europa League? I think it is. I was not able to do that. Hopefully this season we can make a push for that. My scouting assignments, I actually was supposed to set, but I didn't. I'm not going to do it here. I leave some scouts without assignments because I throw a lot of individual players at them. That's why you can see Aminu Eze, Rafael Garcia. Like, these players are, whenever I get my scouting reports, I just say scout this player, scout this player, scout this player. So these extra scouts end up picking them out. But I actually forgot to do this. I will set up some actual assignments, but I'm going to do that off camera because it's kind of tedious. But in case you're wondering, I do have the recruitment package world set here. So we're scouting the world, and that means we can get players from all over the world. That's why we got some good Brazilians and some good Bosnians and some good Spanish players. Let's have a quick look at the transfer history, because I want to show you. I went a little ham this season, getting Oscar Call for free, Jack King for 29 mil, biggest purchase of my life. But I really wanted a young fullback or wingback, so that's what I did, man. That's what you got to do. Alfredo Ojeda from Spain, also a newcomer this season, got him for free. And then we paid $6.7 million. This guy was a steal. He had a release clause on him for $6.75 million, so I was able to just buy him for that price. He was worth much more than that. Well, actually, he's valued at less, but trust me, he's good. He's going to be worth more than $6.75 that I paid for. We finally got rid of Idris Kanu. Oh, some of these are loans. So this is not actually accurate in terms of selling players. I did sell one player. I think if I go back one season, we'll see that. Sammy Smodix got sold. Connor Ogilvie got sold. Pusetto, this guy. Yeah, he was probably good enough to stay on my team for 1 or 2 more years. He was a good winger. But he was kind of pissing me off. He would complain every time I subbed him out. And now that I'm doing a YouTube series on this team, it's probably good that I got rid of him, because, to be honest, this is probably racist in some way, but because he's Argentinian, his last name is Pusetto, but in my mind, every time he got the ball, I called him Puse, and he was essentially just Puse, and whenever he did good things, I would cheer on Puse, and whenever he did bad things, I would get pissed off at Puse, and now he's just not on the team anymore. So just a little bit of history. Anyway, guys, I've been going over a lot of this. I really want to play the game. The club vision, we want to play possession soccer, which always happens. We want to play attacking soccer, which never happens, because my team is not good enough to play attacking soccer. Luckily, they don't hate me too much, but they are quite disappointed that we don't attack that often. High tempo pressing soccer, we're always going to play, so that's fine. Payroll budget, easy to do. Sign players to sell for a profit. It just fits with my philosophy already, so easy to do. 2-year contracts for first team players, minimum. I don't think they ever sign 1-year contracts anyway. And we want to build a new stadium sometime soon. So this is going to be pretty cool. And then for this season, or the end of the season, they want us to fight bravely against relegation. They want us to reach the 4th round in the FA Cup and the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. Okay? And finances, you can see things were static, and then we hit the Premier League. Boom. 72 million profit last year. We've spent a lot of that money on players. Our transfer budget, as it stands right now, we have 18 million. That's actually higher than I thought it was. So we can purchase 1 or 2 more players as the season goes on. I like holding on to a little bit just in case there's like a big injury or something and I really need, or there's like one player that seems probably a little too expensive, but I want to buy him anyway. So yeah, stuff like that. And we have 6.29 payroll available, which is probably more than we need. We're going to look to lower this as the season goes through our scouting, and I'm certain we'll find something to spend this on. And the dev center, lastly, we got some good players. Marvin Edwards, I think I've loaned him out. Tom Whittle, I just bought this guy. I paid quite a bit for him. 11 million. Actually, I remember with Tom Whittle, the team valued him at like 30 million, and I was like, whatever, I'm going to offer 11 million, and they just accepted it. So do not worry when teams are saying like this guy is worth like 30 mil. Try offering lower offers and see if you can get away with it, because sometimes they will let you. Other times they won't. But Tom Whittle, I got him for 11 mil, but the team really wanted to sell him for like 30 mil. But for some reason, they gave him to me at 11. Lloyd Davis and Bradley Rolt. We don't care about Bradley Rolt. But the rest of these players, this is what you got. Okay? Anyway, that's going to do it, guys, for the the team summary. It was a little long. It took me 30 minutes. I apologize. Let's go into the game. We're playing against Brighton. First game of the season. We're at home. We'll set up the opposition instructions and make sure. Yeah, so this is our first actual experiment with Jones as an inside forward instead of playing striker, and Robson's going to try to set him up. Hopefully this works, and McEachran might join and try to get some stuff going as well, but finishing is not great for him. Okay. Okay, I'm excited. Let's go. Oh, I'm noticing something here. Hold on. There you go. I'm going to turn that down a bit, but you have the in-game sound. OBS wasn't picking up the sound source. Anyway, this is the starting lineup. Let's actually get into this. Go out there and impress me. Let's go. Amid criticism that you've struggled to implement the attacking style, will we see any? Look, I want us to attack. It's just not always that easy. Ricky J. Jones takes the captain armband today. What do you see in him as a leader? I can rely on him to set the tone. Okay. That is our formation up against Brighton. They are playing a 4-2-3-1. Some games have already happened. Wolves have a +5 goal differential against West Ham. Let's actually go. Look at those Peterborough fans in the stands. I'm going to make sure this is set to... Yeah, we're going to be playing on extended highlights. I switched it to key highlights at the end of last season because I was just trying to get through the season and there was nothing more to cheer for. But in a new season, we want to get as much as we can out of these games. Oh, I didn't mean to click instructions, but I'm going to encourage the team. And here's our first highlight of the season. Hopefully our tactic doesn't fail us. Our defense should be pretty good. We got, I don't know who that is, Morvan. As long as we cut off the angles, they shouldn't really be able to get easy shots. There we go. Morvan gets that up to Robson, who struggles with the ball. Amazing. I was actually just about to say that Robson almost never makes mistakes, and then right there he did. He's also very far back, huh? Even in playing defense, he was in the midfield position. Okay, Clark gets it up to Robson. Oh, good defense. Bit of a strange pass from RICKY-JADE Jones there, but we got a corner kick. Nice move by Ryan. Get that ball. And we will move on. We got 60%. Oh, yeah, by the way, the mentality is positive. I forgot to mention that. It does help us please the team owners a little bit because it is slightly attacking, I believe. I think. So we'll switch it to attacking in moments when we feel like we can get away with it. But I find that when I play attacking, I let in a lot of goals. So for now, positive is good enough. As we get through the first half here, we're still holding on to the ball quite a lot. I'm going to encourage again. I don't think I got that out in time. Corner kick from Adeniran. All right, let's see if we can set up a good offensive play here. Morven is the playmaker. McEachran is the Mazzala. Nice pass. Robson should find a good pass to Jones. Oh, okay, okay. That was a chance. That was not a great finish, but it was a chance. And the inside forward did something. So I don't hate it yet. Munoz. Oh, God, bad pass. Munoz made one mistake in the previous season that cost us a game that we should have won. That really pissed me off. He went in for like this crazy tackle that the offensive player just walked around him, went in on a breakaway and scored. Adeniran, not a good finisher. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, at this point, we're going to switch to attacking, and that's because we have such a high possession, and I need us to get a goal here. But we'll see, because if we immediately allow a goal against, then we'll take it off attacking. Here's King, trying to make an impression on Peterborough as a young player. Morven, nice pass to Robson. Gets it to Jones, not a good decision there. Okay, we're giving the ball away. We're out XGing them, so this is good. We're outplaying them in general. Way more shots. And this is a, like, Brighton is a long-term Premier League team, I believe. They're not really a threat to get demoted. So the fact that we're playing well against them is good. Okay. Morven finds Robson. Robson's goal is to find somebody on attack. Nice jump by Jones there. Okay, Mazzala, McEachran. King on support. Wing back on support will get you stuff like this. Stupid shot by Adeniran. I don't know what he thought he was going to do there. But he's box-to-box midfielder, so to me, that kind of just says, like, he tries to do a bit of everything. Okay. This is... Alright. Robson, not a great finisher, so... I prefer when he looks for a pass more so than when he shoots. He's playing well, though. And so is Adeniran. And we made it to halftime. We're not losing, but we're not winning. Dominating possession, dominating shots. Can't really say that this is bad. I'm going to say I'm happy with your performance. It tends to inspire them more so than some of these more specific options. Okay, and let's see if we can make something happen in the second half. A little disappointing we didn't score. We should be able to get the ball back quite easily. This is Devine. Nice tackle. Yeah, team is inspired right now. All right, good defense. Yeah, see how deep Robson plays? So this is something I didn't expect. As a false nine, Robson, when we're on the defensive side, he comes back quite far. Further than I thought he would. All right, King. Just carry the ball up. That's fine. Robson, see, he's up here. I feel like he would be, like, Should be over here somewhere. King has tons of space for a cross. And Robson scores off the cross. Are you kidding me? Look at him go. Robson gets his first goal of the season off of a beautiful cross from Jack King. Our newly signed player. I think he's the biggest purchase we've ever made. No offside at all. Robson's not even a big guy. He outjumps two players much taller than him. And he gets the first goal of the season. Well done. We're going to praise the team now. Adeniran gets the ball back. Off to Jones. Jones in a weird position here. He should be able to just run by everybody. As an inside forward, he's going to be cutting inside and trying to do things like that. And that should be our throw-in. Doesn't result in anything, though. We're approaching sub-time. King. See, I love the positioning by our defense there. Love the defense. I have no problems with any of that. Nice header by King. Good stuff. Okay, this is where we slow the play down. We try to get it to Morven. Looks like he wanted to throw it up deeper. I'm not a fan of what he did there. He should have got it to Morven. And the tactic is set... Hold on. The tactic is set to short kick, right? In transition, is it? Take short kicks? Yeah, but he just did like a long throw. So I don't really know why he did that. He's just not listening to me. Good defense. This is the urgent pressing is getting the player... Oh, nice job. Nice job. Counterattack. Robson's not very fast. See, Jones is not really in a position where I like him. He's too far back. He's too far back. In previous seasons, it would be Jones that was up there with the ball, and he would, because of his awesome speed and dribbling, he would just run past everybody. So that's something we're going to have to figure out. Okay, well, King, by the way, only 2 stars. He's having a great game. Who needs to come off? Let's see. Who's tired? No one is that tired. Jack Clark. We don't really have a good winger to go in for him. Yeah, let's get Kent in there for Munoz. Oh, no. Yeah. Let's just get 1 sub for now. We'll see how the game goes. Frankie Kent, he has 12 leadership, which I think is by far the highest on my team. There he goes. He's also a good ball-playing defender. Robson with the bad header there. Doesn't happen often. Usually he is really good at those plays. Okay, this is not great. That was quite the finish by Boga. And a good pass. This is King just kind of... Well, it's King and Benda screwing that up. So now the game is tied. Nice play by Devine. Jones gets it to Robson. Nice pass. What can you do, Jones? Passes it into space there. Adeniran. Okay, Devine is terrible at shooting. I don't really like how that worked out. Some of that is because of the work ball into box tactic, I think. Oh, God. These plays don't usually go well. The crowd... Okay, I thought I was having like an audio issue there. The crowd just turned off for a second. There's the type of header we expect from Robson. And Jones should be able to blast by this guy, but he's not. I don't know what's happening to the audio, by the way. Actually, it seems like you're not hearing those problems. It might just be my headset having that problem. Clark. Nice pass there. I don't know why King is shooting so much. Okay, we're going to work the ball into the box. We're not going to be offside. Good job getting it back to Morven. Back to King. Robson. Ooh, nice try. Nice try. Yeah, I think my headset's having problems here because the audio keeps cutting out, but I see in OBS that you guys are still getting it, so I'll stop talking about it. Okay. Good play by Adeniran, box-to-box midfielder, but somehow that happened. I have no idea what happened with that. I don't think that was a tactical issue. I think that was mostly a problem. Wow. So now I hear the ball getting hit, but the fans are just not making any noise at all. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, Jones, cut inside. There you go. 1-on-4. You can do it. Robson. I wish I can give him... Maybe I can give him an instruction to, like, never shoot. Okay. We need some more subs here. We're going to take off Jones because he's tired. We're going to put in Daniel Roth, who seems like a good fit here. Can we fit in one more sub? Jack Clark? No. Let's put in Oscar Call. Just get some fresh legs out there. McEachran. So Adeniran was playing well. Morven was getting the ball quite often, but I wasn't seeing McEachran doing much, so off he comes. Adeniran with the cross on the corner kick here. Robson's there again. King, win that. Yes. That was good by King. A bit dangerous to commit to it, but he wins it, so good stuff. Morven's looking for somebody to get the ball to. Not much going on here. Clark gets some space. I can see an open player here and call. Wow. That header had more power on it than I expected. But it was from quite far out. Ryan makes the save. He's going for gold here with that big kick. Okay. We have the ball again. Once, like, possession is clearly in our favor here. This is Roth's first chance to impress me. Gets the ball to... Oh, here we go. Clark. Nice shot. Nice shot. Nice shot. Good save by Ryan. Good stuff. It looks like the game is starting to wind down here. Let's see if we can get the ball out on this corner. Okay, Benda does not screw that up. Oh, he finds Roth all the way back. Can Roth get in on this? Come on. I find players do that quite often. They just take, like, terrible shots. Okay, now we're just trying to not lose here. That was a good throw. We have a lot of players in the box. That looked like a handball. Robson playing deep. He's going to move the ball out. He's kind of like the... Ooh, he's actually showing some speed there. Clark ends up with it. Moving in. Getting the ball over to Roth in the box. Stupid shot by Roth. Even if we could draw a penalty, that's kind of what I like about... Oh! Out of nowhere. That's an own goal. Who did that? Was that call? Was that... I thought it was Robson. It was Robson or call? Oh, okay, it wasn't even Robson. It literally was an own goal. Nice play, though. We'll take it. We needed that goal to put us in the lead here. Start off with a win, hopefully. We got 6 minutes left. Or, sorry, 4 minutes left. Yeah, once again, Clark just kicking the ball at the enemy. Alright, let's see if we can hold on to this lead. We used our subs. Some players are getting quite tired, but we used up our subs. Good job, Morven, getting in the way there. Keeping possession. And you know what? Nice little play. We're going to waste time, and we're going to lower the tempo. Robson almost got to that one. This game is almost over. This might be the final highlight. Yeah, see, this 4-3-3 tactic, it makes a lot of sense to me. We have a good presence in the midfield. We get a lot of possession. It just feels good. That's a throw-in for us as well, so this should be the end of the game. And we've done it! We have achieved victory in Game 1 in the Premier League. Robson with a 7.7. Good game all around. King managed to last, and we heavily out-XG'd them, which indicates, look at that, 25 shots total. A lot of those shots were not very good shots, so well done. Good win. And guys, this was a long video. A lot of my videos are long, but I assure you that in the future, these videos will not be as long. It was that long because we spent 30 minutes at the beginning just giving you the rundown of my team, because we're not starting from the beginning. But I wanted to do a Football Manager series, but I am way too attached to Peterborough to like start a new save for YouTube. We'll do something like that probably either when FM22 comes out, or if we end up winning the Champions League with Peterborough, then at that point we'll decide if we want to keep on with Peterborough and try to build a dynasty, or if we want to try something new and maybe play in a different league or something. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. I've been building up my motivation to get back into YouTube, and right now, because I'm playing Football Manager the most, it is the game that I am doing. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time.